Welcome back. Some pressure washing reveals a new path, and the floor in the workshop is dry and ready for latexing. But meanwhile, in the kitchen...
So, looks like tiling has begun. I was just saying to Steve, are we going to keep these green motif effect? But apparently not.
What, the tabs?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they can't come out.
Yeah. No, these are lovely. I really, really like them. So it's going to look spectacular. But as Steve was just saying, because these are all tiles from different projects around the house.
From 3 different manufacturers.
Yeah, they're all slightly different thicknesses. So he's having to build up the muck dependent on the width of, or the depth, of the tiles. The thickness, that's the word I'm looking for. I do get confused with all of those things. So yeah, it's going to be nice. And we've got Dean here today. Again, and he's, as you can see, plastering the walls. So that one I said in the last vlog that we weren't going to plaster that one, but yet we obviously are. And he's managed to get all behind the log burner as well, which is so clever. So it's looking really good. And
You made me lift it out and hold it whilst you skimmed it.
Oh, right, okay.
So I left the boys to it and ventured upstairs to try to decide where some furniture might go.
So I haven't been upstairs for quite a while. Everything downstairs has been going on. But I think the next thing that we're going to have to do is deal with this floor. It's settled really nicely. And it's been touched up, and well, you saw what it was like. So it's a lot better than it was. It's pretty dirty now, so it's not quite this pale, but I actually quite like it this colour. So what I'm going to have to do is give it a really good clean, get all the dust off it, and then waterproof it. And that will just give it a slight satin sheen, which will be nice. And it'll look finished then. And then if water gets spilt on it, which inevitably will, it'll be fine. So I'm so glad that I chose the brass feet. And it's I wish really that the taps were brass, but it's not, they're nice and shiny, so they look really good. So you can see that the walls are going to need painting in here. I think we showed you before, Steve just started doing it here. You can see that bit's magnolia. So that's got to go all round. I'm going to paint the ceiling white. And that'll be that. So, it'll be cool. Hello everyone. So yeah, and here's the other dragon's eye that I'm hoping is going to slot into one of the doors. I can't remember the name of this stone. It's slightly different. It's beautiful, beautiful colours. Really lovely. So even if it doesn't, it'll go somewhere, but we'll see. And now everything, or almost everything, is been removed from this room. You can really see how big it is. It's so lovely. So we're very lucky that these beams are up and out of the way. And that gorgeous lamp that that got fitted. Really, really nice. So yeah, so we've just got to decide where everything's going to go. I think we've changed our mind. And I think, we haven't changed our mind about this. So the bed, I think, is going to go there between the 2 lights. Something will go over there. Not really quite sure what's going to go in the corner there, but nothing much, because we wanted that, obviously the walkway round into the bathroom. So that'd be nice. I've been thinking about having we've got to change this window, But we are going to need some curtains, I think. Even if they just sit on the windows, and so you can still open it, because the sun comes up this side. So I think in the morning we'll be blasted with boiling hot air. So I think then in this corner we're probably going to have a chair. I know that at the other house at home, the chairs in the bedroom tend to just have clothes thrown on them, so as they are used. So probably have a chair there. Yeah, so I think the armoire is now going to go against that wall. We've measured it and it just fits between the two chimney breasts, and I think it will go well though, because it's a huge thing, but I think it'll just go well there. So then at this end of the room, just not sure. We've got so many bits of furniture. We really need a chest of drawers. So we have got one, but it's really terrible to use. You open the drawers and they nearly fall out. So I'm not quite sure what's going to go up this end yet.
Back downstairs, and the tiling is really coming along. I know I've said before, but when you've had a plan in your head of what you think it's going to look like, and then it appears before your eyes, it's quite remarkable. Steve's skills are second to none when it comes to recreating what was once on paper.
So, this is what it looks like at the moment. How absolutely beautiful. So, the tiling has been done all but the grouting. And the shelf, we've got a shelf around the top, which is absolutely gorgeous, and it's all wonky and wobbly. That looks just so beautiful. All the tops have been straightened and flattened, although they're probably going to go wobbly again. Steve has put one of my little stones. Where is it? I can't see. Oh, there it is. One of my stones in that tile, which looks really nice. So all the bits of wood have all been moulded in together. A beautiful shelf. And the top's just looking absolutely gorgeous. So all they need now is a bit of waterproofing again, because they've all been sanded again, which will change the colour slightly, but not much. So that's just going to look so nice. So the one thing that we've realised now, obviously with the shelf, is that the under the shelves is a little bit dark, especially in this corner. So I think we're going to see if we can get some under shelf lighting. There's stuff that that's battery operated, so you can get the little lights that sort of just stick on, and they will go under there and just make it a little brighter. I've found some that are remote control and they are recharging batteries, so hopefully they will work, but we'll have to see. They might not be any use. They're a little bit pricey as well, so I'm going to buy one set and just see what they're like, and then we might get more than one. But isn't that gorgeous? So the last thing is just the new kickboards. So I think Steve's going to do that this afternoon. So more dust, and he will be wearing a mask. So yeah, really, really good.
So new kickboards made that just need sanding. And he's even made the tiniest strip to complete the effect.
So kitchen again. And so we've had a slightly better idea for lighting. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Okay, so not fitted yet, but
Well, just balanced it, wedged in place.
yeah. So Steve has decided that Well, we both decided that the stick-on battery ones were not going to be any good. So we've bought this one. It's a whole string of LED lights that are very, very tiny and very, very thin. But as you can see, they're really bright. And we're going to actually have them, or they are, plugged into the mains. So we're going to have another little switch like that one under the lights over there. So we can switch them on. And I've got a feeling that once they're in place, we're going to probably use those more than anything else. Steve's going to actually route a groove in the underside of all the shelving units so that you won't be able to actually see the lights at all, but all you'll see is their effect. So I think that is going to be lovely. So it's fantastic. So it has made that little light over there a bit superfluous, but we've now changed it so it's sticking up. And it lights up the ceiling. So, not sure whether I like the effect of it or not, but I love the light, the lamps, but we'll see.
So once this is completely full of fruit, and you won't be able to see the wall at all, you'll have to leave a little gap in there for the switch to go in.
Am I going to do that?
You always do, darling.
Yeah, so no, I'm really pleased with that. So it's really good. So back in the workshop.
Oh, now the latex is dry, I can move in, which is what I've been doing all morning so far. It's just lunchtime-ish, 1 o'clock, and I've basically been taking nails out of the walls most of the morning. I think the person who used to own this workshop had a love affair with nails. I've got a love affair with oak, and he obviously had a love affair with nails, because they are absolutely everywhere. Anyway, so there was lots of shelves on that side, so I've taken all those down, I've cleared those. Everywhere needs a really good vacuum all the way through. And then I can move my kit into here and start making things, like windows and doors and stuff.
So Steve set to removing the last of the shelving, which once again was covered with huge nails that took ages to detach. But bit by bit they surrendered. At last, the stubborn thing gave up and relinquished the wall. They were a very strange construction, but now whisked away in preparation for yet another déchetterie run. However, there were still nails and metal spikes to remove, which turned out to be a noisy, smelly affair.
Oh, stinky.
I love the smell of grinding.
Oh no, that's awful.
It was really weird. The smell reminded me of a burnt-out hairdryer or something from my childhood. Really horrid. But Steve seemed to like it. So the workshop is now ready for tools and workbenches, and I know Steve will be a happy boy. The front garden has grown so much that although a bit wet, we had to mow it before it turned into a hayfield. It looks beautiful and startling green. See you next time for the next step in the adventure. A bientôt!